Hello, my name is Coco, and I am recapping episode 2 of Legal High. And it started off with this couple in the store that listening to this song, and their daughter comes out, and I mean, they like the song. And their daughter comes out, and she's about to leave, and she hears the song on the TV. And she's like, I've been ripped off. So it goes to the next scene of my Yazumi, like I guess to this legal office trying to get like small claims, like little stuff that's been taken to court, and they gave her one. And she goes to Kamikado's um, place, the law firm, and um, he got to cut down because he spends so much money on this and that. And he was like, Hatari, his the dude that cooks for him, he was like, you should get rid of the violin lessons you ain't ever learned. He said you got a yacht that and you don't know how to swim, or you ain't ever used, or something like that, and just name this stuff. And he was like, I ain't giving up none of that stuff. And he said, and Majizumi said, you need to. And he's like, right now the only case I would take right now is if copyright. And bam, she pulled out the paper, and that's what it is. She's a rocker chick, and she goes. They meet him, and this rocker chick is like, and the rocker dude is like, she stole my song. And so Majizumi said, let's go listen to it. And they went to go listen to it. And it was like, what? Because, I mean, this lady's song is, it's like, no, no. And she's like, and this song, there's two different songs. Like, what? Majizumi face is like, the record chick jumped into the crowd and was like, oh my god, all the Kamikado's here. Next thing you know, he's like leaving the place, and he's like, there's no way that they sound like right. And he's like, okay, where's Majizumi? It goes back to see Majizumi just got to get her rock on. She is into the music. And then she comes out and she's like, they're totally similar, right? And he's like, what? And so it goes back to the house, and the rocker chick and rocker dude is like doing their song, and Hatari is writing it down. And she's like, oh, you compose music? Majizumi asked him, and he's like, I used to before. And so then they got the ladies song, and they got the rocker chick song, and they see that they're similar. And it goes to a scene, and there is Mickey, Machizumi's old boss, Kamikado's nemesis, or whatever, enemy. And they were like laughing, like, who will take this type of case, and blah blah this. And Mickey looked at the paper, and he saw that Kamikado had it, and then it goes back to Kamikado. He's like, Mickey ain't gonna take that case. He's gonna get one of his little people to do it. But shoot, Majizumi said, nope, it is Mickey's taking this case. So they get into the courtroom in round one, and Kamikado goes old school. He's like getting grass, and he's showing that they're very similar and things like that. And then he told Majizumi to show the similarity. The girl cannot sing. She cannot sing. Even the judge was like, are you singing this lady's song? And she said yes. And she goes back to it. And he interrupts her again. He was like, are you going by the sheet music? Even Kamikado turned around and was like, he could not believe it. And as he goes to show, Mickey is he's doing it by technology, and he's like, this song is only 30, as you see by the graph in the computers, it's only about 30% plagiarized, or copyrighted or whatever. He was like, usually in this case it's 50% or more. And the composer is like saying that he gets on the thing, he's talking about how he's not he writes all these songs, he don't have no ghostwriters or anything like that. And so it ain't looking too well for Kamikato and Mizumi. I forgot like what part of it happened. I say the information dude that was in the first episode. Like I said, that it looked like he was with the police. And I'm like, why is he there getting paid? Apparently, he's just due to get information. And they were talking about how Ghost Rider's this and Ghost Rider's that. And the rocker chick almost gave up her case because Miki made sure that the lady and the composer came out saying how they felt bad about this, and people were like throwing rocks at her store, her parents' store, and like that. And she's like, I don't want to do this if it's gonna hurt them. And her dad was like, don't you give up? Because first he was like, that lady A stole your song, and then he was like, I ain't know you a rocker chick, you ain't giving up. And he's like, I did sing your song in. And then they thought it was to the composer. And he said no to this beautiful girl contest or something like that. And they was talking about, they finally get to the composing. And there used to be 5 people. But now it's just that rocker chick and rocker dude. And the rocker chick is like, the rocker dude is like, we had words similar, and we go back to the composer songs he did for idol groups, and it's the same thing. And so they was like, so he's been stealing the rocker chick songs all these last couple of years. And the rocker chick was like, no. She said one of the 3 that had left, she said that she was composing songs first. And so they went to go visit her. And it was totally completely, this girl used to be like a rocker chick herself. And she's like all composed just like a teacher. She's a piano teacher. And it hit Majizumi. We've seen her before. And he was like, and Kamikato was like, what? And it goes to the scene that Miki was like, he was there with the lady and the composer and other people and the secretary, Sawaji, and them. And this lady had handed Miki the drink, but Kamikato took it instead. And that was the lady. And they was like, so you're a piano teacher in the morning and you're a hostess at night. And so Majizumi said, when you go into court and tell that was not your, she basically asked, you took the rocker chick song, and she said, yeah. And she said she would go to court to confess that she is one of the ghostwriters for the composer, that she took the rocker chick song. And Kamikato is just like being quiet. He's looking at her kind of funny and whatnot. And they get to court. Majizumi's asking the girl, and the girl just says, no, I ain't did this and I ain't did that. And Majizumi's like, what? And she goes there. She said, I'm gonna ask you again, did you write songs for the composer? And she said, no. No. And it shows, go back to the scene, Miki told her that if you confess that you did, that they gonna go sue you instead. And so Kamikato gets up and says, can I call the rocker chick in? And he does, which is totally completely new, because they called her in one time and she was in a rocker chick outfit, and that was just like, no, because Majizumi told her to come in her nice suit. Anyway, she comes in and saying that, oh, that's not the conversation we had last night or whatever day was. She said this and that and that and that. And then bam, they played the tape. Because apparently after they went and talked to the girl, they went and told rocker chick that your friend is the one that took your songs, and she was gonna go confront her. And during that confrontation, Kamikato handed her a recorder, and that girl had admitted everything she did, and rocker chick had it on tape, and they played it in court. And Miki's getting up and said, oh, you can't, that wasn't in the list of evidence or whatever. And then Kamikato was like, okay. He was like, y'all can cross it out, we just re-enter it. And he's telling the reporters not to say anything. And they showed a scene, and the composer's like, let's do a settlement. And Miki's like, oh, no. Just, oh, no. He's like, you can do this, you can do that. He's like, look, I am known as the genius composer. I'm going to stay to the genius composer. He ain't admitting that he used ghostwriters for nothing. So Miki mad. And then they went and told the rocker chick, and the rocker chick's like, I don't want the money and stuff like that. And Kamikaze was like, what? Because he was already thinking about buying himself another cruiser. And the way, and she's like, let's set it up for the fun. And they're like, cheer. And he's like, no. He's like, what are y'all doing? And he's getting mad. And so they come out of this, and so she set up a children's fund that I guess children that need help. And she set up a fund for that with the settlement. And Mickey and Kamikaze's going out to the lawyer, and they all up in each other's face. I'm telling you, Mickey comes off like he's a mob dude. I mean, it's like intense. They were getting up in each other's face and just telling her like it is. And so Mickey mad, so while she's like in the car, that's when there's the next scene, and she's like rubbing his hand but trying to make it feel better. And then it shows the rocker chick going to her friend and saying that your song was really good, the one that she plagiarized with. She said, come see me again, and she walked away. And then it shows a scene where Kamikaze's looking mad, and Majizumi and Hatari is like whispering, like, we wonder why he's mad. And then he busted out saying, I didn't ever get to meet the lady. Because that was the only reason why he wasn't going to take this case in the beginning. And when Hatari was like, because the lady that had the song, Kamikaze was a fan of, and Hatari was like, if you take his case, you can meet her. So that's what he got mad about. Anyway, it was a good episode, and that's it. Bye.